What is up, guys? This is Kobe here, and welcome to somewhat of a beginner guide-ish kind of video to Challenge World, to where I show you guys kind of where I got my Night Lord at and what you need to do to be able to complete your whole entire item burning. So this is effectively day 2 of this character, because I was very fortunate enough to do day 1 dailies before the game went down for the super extremely long, 26-hour maintenance, 24-hour maintenance. Like, it was absolutely ridiculous. But basically what happened is that I created the character, and as an explorer I had to go through the gruesome, terrible explorer storyline that took like 30 minutes to get everything done. But really, big thing you want to do starting off from 10 to 200, I just want to point this out. This video is only going to work towards those who are using hyper burning max and item burning on Challenge World. If you do not meet these conditions, then this is going to be much harder than it should. But of course, you have Terra Blink. Terra Blink, you want to be able to do this from 1 to 200 while getting all of your job advancements to help out. And then after you complete Terra Blink at level 200, you get kicked out into the 5th job map, or like the map where you start your 5th job advancement. So you go through those quest lines, fighting the Dark Old Tree mobs, talking to the Hellux goddess, or the goddess at Hellux, and the goddess at Pantheon, to where you will fight the Magnet Simulation, which, funny enough, I've heard some people struggle with the Magnet Simulation a bit. So before you fight that boss, make sure you're wearing, the CRAs that they give you within the hyper burning. Make sure that, you have all your skill stats put in, hyper skills, hyper stats, all things considered, just so you can just delete that boss. And then once you reach Vanishing Journey, you want to go into your light bulb, and then get the Arcane Power quest, where you have to kill one Happy Urda, kill the Happy Urda, turn that quest in, and then once you turn that quest in, you are now eligible to claim your item burning. If you have already done all of the Arcane River pre-quests on your main world, then you could just easily skip it without having to view any summary or anything. You go over Hyperburn Max and you just claim all your rewards, your VJ symbol, your nodes, your trade boost potion, which you want to use on Charm so you can wear the pocket slot. Unless you're a Mercedes, then you already have the Charm. You can just throw it on like Insight or something. Insight is like the best personality trait to get after your Charm reaches level 30. But if your Charm is not level 30, then you need to get your Charm to level 30 first. And then we have the boss accessory box, which gives you 6 pieces of the regular boss set. A catch to these items, though, is that they cannot be potted, or they cannot be cubed over the pot that they already have, and they also cannot be star forced. The only thing you could do with these items is flame them. But once you have all that, you put the item burning gear on, you put those 6 box accessory set pieces on, and then once you do all that, just go to any Road of Vanishing map and kill 2,000 monsters, while accepting the daily on top of that, because you want to get that daily done, but you don't want to turn that daily in until you hit 205, so you can do Reverse City, and then you turn in the daily, and then you get 20 symbols instead of 10, because if you don't do Reverse City, then you lose out on symbols for Vanishing Journey. The same goes with Choo Choo Island and Yum Yum Island. Once you have the 2,000 mobs killed, you go to the special feast prep in the Morningstar Feast UI that is on the left. Make sure that you start the Morningstar Banquet event first before doing all that. You want to open the shop, you go to growth, and you buy out all of the strawberry farms. And then you just use them all. You will reach level 225 after using everything. It is going to be a huge jump, because you'll be able to claim the 210 reward, which, the symbols, nodes, event ring, and event ring cubes. More nodes at 215. I'm keeping the black flames in here for now. I'm not really sure what for, though, yet, to be honest. The 220 reward, which is the latch symbol, and then the Dominator pendant. Claim the Dominator pendant because you are already wearing a really good weapon with the item burning set. And then at 225, you get the Arcana symbol, nodes, and 500k honor. The Dominator pendant puts you at 7 set boss, so in order to complete the boss set, you want to go through your daily bosses, and for the pendant slot, you want to run at least Horntail or Normal Arcarium. Normal Arcarium preferred, but he does not have a guaranteed drop rate on his Mechanator, though I feel like the drop rate is kind of already pretty high. And then after that, you can do Pink Bean for the Pink Cup. If you do not get a Pink Cup from Chaos Pink Bean or Normal Pink Bean, then you could just settle for a weaker one from Normal Hilla or Hard Hilla. But ideally, you do want to aim for that Pink Holy Cup. Having all of these items should put you eligible to do all the first 4 item burning missions. Chaos Alchemist should be easy, Seavel should be relatively easy, CPAP could be difficult for some, but it is possible. Like, all of these will absolutely most certainly be possible with having, you know, level 10 symbols, item burning, full boss set, and all that stuff. And you could have an epic secondary and emblem. As you can see, mine are legendary, they're already 2-line. I most certainly got pretty lucky on these because I've only really made about a couple bill on the server, but I took it as my first approach with the money that I got to be able to queue my secondary and my emblem. I decided to not wait for the Princess Snow secondary because it's a time limited world and this could take up to at least 3 weeks, and I'm gonna be honest with you, having to wait 3 weeks to queue a secondary to me is not really the move. I'm trying to get as much damage as I can right away, and having, you know, the frozen secondary is still going to be good enough for all the missions anyway. The difference is like maybe 6 all stat, or yeah, 6 main stat, sub stat, and 4 attack, which is like, it's whatever. I don't really think that's worth waiting a few weeks for. When you are at 225, that's when you want to actually start running down all your dailies. So VJ, Choo Choo, Latch, Arcana, and then you want to do all your Monster Park runs. And that, on top of all the strawberry farms you already did, should bring you, if not super close, to level 230. I got the compensation box from the super long maintenance, and I actually popped one of the 4x coupons. I did like my dailies and I trained for a bit. I didn't do the whole 30 minutes in the day, but I did train for a bit, you know, just to take some advantage out of it. Kind of like for today, I did all my dailies. I got super close to 235, so I popped the 4x, and I was just hunting at like Arcana, the Earth Spirits for a little bit, and it didn't take me long before I hit 235. But this like follow along mini series is just going to be based off of, you know, everything that we get that the game provides us. So this compensation box will be used. Probably not in the most efficient ways. For example, when I get these 2 Mac pots, when I reach 240, I'm skipping 240 and 245, just hit 250 immediately. That might not be the best way to do it, but that's just the way that I want to do it. Working out all the nodes you get from events can be a bit tough. I'm not gonna know like the classes nodes of all the classes you play. There are going to be some things that you will have to research on your own. For example, you need to like whatever class you play, you just find class discords, or, you know, Reboot Central, or you can look online on some websites. Usually there's like infographics for like every class that kind of tells you what nodes you need to use on that set class. But I would say even without the comp box, after 2 or 3 days of dailies while using up all those strawberry farms to reach 225, you will hit 235, you will have all level 10 symbols, and your character should be nearly strong enough to complete all of the item burning missions. In this video, I'm going to do my final item burning boss, which will be Easy Lucid. If you wanted to party some bosses with friends, it's kind of unfortunate, but you are going to have to tank your Lotus, Slime, and Lucid run for your first week of playing in order to get these item burning missions done. But starting next week, you could then do like harder difficulties with other people. And then speaking of, look into joining a guild as soon as you possibly can. I think this is super important. You want to join a guild, preferably one that is like kind of sort of active within the world, in order to help contribute to leveling the guild so you can get better guild stats. You want to party up with someone in the guild, and you want to do normal Rudibus bosses, because there's this thing called guild contribution, and that goes towards leveling a whole guild up. A single character can get 5,000 contribution. Rudibus bosses only give 150 on their own, but if you do them with a guildie, they give an additional 1,000 per boss. So going through all of normal Rudibus gives you 4,600 contribution. So then you can, you know, just do some daily bosses for Mesos, and you cap out your contribution for the day easily. You also want to run Covert at the end of the week, just to help out the guild get guild skills, so you will be much stronger when those guild skills do come in for week 2. But Mesa wise, I don't really plan to do like any of much training at all, honestly. So for me, it's all gonna come from doing daily and weekly bosses and Ursus. Make sure you do Ursus at the special times for nearly about 100 mil extra per day. You can also start Maple Tour in the Dimensional Mirror as well, but I have no plans on doing Maple Tour personally. Over here in the quick move, the mirror, Maple Tour, you want to run like the last one, which is the New Leaf City. Maple Tour is worth it. It's just I don't really want to do it, but it gives you like an extra 350 mil ish a week, whenever you do get like that weekly paycheck from it. Also, do not forget to complete your Challenger World daily kill quest every single day, at least for the 5 days a week that you can do it. And then when the boss accessories that I talked about getting from like Arcarium and stuff, and like you get an event ring that you don't have a pot for, or it's rare. If you do want some epic pots, there are some very easy epic pots in the Challenger coin shop. It is only 150 Challenger coins, and the daily gives you 200, which is guaranteed 2 epic pots per day. And you go buy up to 30. I've already used 4, 2 on the weapon, or 2 on the secondary in the emblem, and then 1 on the pendant, and 1 on one of my event rings. The gear you should progress towards should be a little, it could be a bit finicky, but ideally, I would recommend that at your earliest convenience, you should party with other players to be able to do up to like Hard Arcane River, just as soon as you possibly can. Of course, a lot of that's not going to happen for a lot of people until 6th job, but it is just a recommendation for now when we get to that point, just so you can start getting easier like dawn accessories or things like that and whatnot. I just want to say, like, your ring, like I have this Abyss Hunter ring, this would totally be replaced by the Roar 4 that I'm going to get at 15k. I don't think I'm going to run Pino on this character, so I'm probably going to aim to get both the Reinforce and the Superior Hellux ring. Last ring would be for either an event ring or a slime ring, while eventually turning whatever rings I don't use into drop gear, because I think drop gear will definitely be pretty important for bosses later on. Unless you plan on grinding this world a lot, you don't really have to make a Meso gear for this character. I have 0 plans on making Meso gear whatsoever, only drop gear a little bit later down the line. It's going to be a bit weird, but for pendants, as I go for Reinforced set, I will be buying the Reinforced pendant from the Hellux shop. The other pendant will either hopefully be, if I'm unlucky, it's still going to be this fake Dominator, but hopefully I can end up getting a real Dominator, or even a Daybreak pendant from like a Halo run or something. Belt, you use Rien or Sub Hellux belt, whichever set you plan on going for. The weapon, all the armors and everything, that's just going to be solely part of item burning. Face and Eye, you could do Commercy for that. I have no plans on really doing Commercy. I'm probably going to skip that myself, but it is a very nice guaranteed way, especially for the eye accessory, to get something that's really good. For me, I'm just going to do Pink Bean. I pray I get a black bean mark, and then for the face, I either keep the condensed power crystal, or if I'm lucky, I get a twilight bark. The earring will be the Reinforced earring. If you want to wait it out, see if you can get it in time, you could try to get the superior earrings, but it's going to be a bit tough. And I believe that is about it. So for the Android and the Hearts, whenever I reach 5k points for Challenge World, I can claim a Fairy Heart. But we don't get a free Android for a very long time, until the what is it, like week 8 or something for the Rumiroid. That's way too long. So alternatively, if you go to Grand Athenium, wherever it is over here, right here, Grand Athenium, and you complete chapter 7, you can get an Osheroid. Apparently it only takes 15 to 20 minutes. I personally have never done it before, but it only takes about 15 to 20 minutes, but I will plan on doing it whenever that time comes, so I can get that Android. And then if I want to, for a little bit of extra damage, I will do the Afterlands questline. It's in here somewhere, but I will do the Afterlands questline right here to get totems. Because Guild Castle is probably not gonna have them, or you do U Garden for totems that expire, but it's like, nah. I'm doing Afterlands when the time comes. It's gonna be miserable, but it's gonna be worth it. In the description, I will link an Afterlands guide. I could link a guide for like a lot of things, like Afterlands, Commercy, all that stuff, because I do not plan on making those. So what we're gonna do right now, first we're gonna do a Hellux run. I'm going to go in here and buy a couple Sayrams elixirs. Buying one for Hellux seems like a really ridiculous, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Just gonna pop all these buffs here that I have. I got green potion, red potion, Guild Blessing, baby dragon food. You buy these from the Leafree shop. You go to the Leafree town, and then you go to like the little house hut thing slightly towards the left, and then you go to the consumer shop, and then the merchant, and then you go in there, you buy baby dragon milks. They're super cheap. They're like 3.4k each. This goes in the same slot as like Tengu buff, in Princess No buff and Onyx apples and whatnot, but very likely probably not gonna get those. So I'm just using baby dragon fruit and then the Sayram's elixir. And in order to get the Sayrams, you do need to do the collector's quest that is in the light bulb. That quest line only takes like a few minutes. So I want to say, with all the gear I have right now, and then the one slightly lucky familiar uphold of 2% attack, I am sitting at 10.594 million combat power. With my legendary boss damage inner ability, I did not wait for an event. I just rolled it till I hit legendary, and I just won a one-line boss. To have a better inner, I'm 100% waiting an event for that. So we're gonna go in here real quick. As a Night Lord, this should be super fast. Hopefully, you know, I get this done really quickly. Go in here, get the little lag at first, and then we pop everything, and then yeah, we're gonna start running it down. Stay here, just yeah, dash whenever he does a move like that. And then I forget how this class up jumps like that. I'm gonna die to this like little curse thing on my head probably, but lives are a resource. Lives are a resource. What am I doing? Wait, it didn't even fully go through. Oh, I'm so confused for what I'm doing right now. But you know what? It's working, so I can't even be mad. I'm doing what I have to do. We're bringing it down. We got the debuff again. I'm hitting the air. I don't know why it does that sometimes with this class, but it just does. I'm stunned. I died again. 5-star resource. Ain't nothing to be worried about unless I actually just go like way too low. And then it's gonna be tough. See, I just ran out of my burst, so it's gonna be a little iffy here. I should have probably popped my summon down there, which I still can, but it's I'm struggling. I'm struggling. I'm already at 3. If I go lower than 3, then we got to take safety measures. But surely we'll still be fine. We'll still be fine. It's just, damn, my off burst is really terrible. And then sometimes it won't even let me hit the boss for whatever unknown reason. So I'll probably get hit there. And then like I get hit, but then some random thing hits me and I die. So yo, I might lose my run for the day. I'm not losing my run for the day. See, we made it to the jewel. This part's like super easy. My 90's up. I got this up. We're done. We're done. Now I don't know why this run was so much harder today for me compared to yesterday, but hey, mistakes happen. And then with that, I don't really have any drop gear, you know, drop items to move to or enter. So we're just gonna go in, alright, just gonna hit this box, see if we get anything. This is the second day in a row where I've gotten no equips at all. Alright, I guess it's Lucid time. It is Lucid time, and also for slime, I never really talked about it, but you could do slime at like 230. I cleared slime at about 6.7 million combat power. Some people are able to do it around 6 mil. Just do keep in mind, if you do run it at like that 6 to 7 mil range, you can clear. However, it is going to be challenging. I don't really think you really need too much info for these first 4 bosses, as these are relatively easy once you do hit 225 off the strawberry farms and you get all the symbols and have the nodes and everything. So like, nothing really needs to be said for these 4. But for slime, if you're not familiar with slime, I recommend looking at some information about this boss and how your class works in this boss, because at relatively low damage at 230, it's not going to be easy. It took me nearly the full timer to clear this boss. That's the thing as well too. Throughout playing this character, I'm going to be doing long boss runs. And if you want to have challengers while not really doing too much in terms of gearing and leveling, you need to know how to fight these bosses within these long timers. If that's something you cannot do, then you just need to overgear more than what I will get on this character, or that's just that. Going to Ursus real quick, using the last amount of materials to get Ursus buffs for this Lucid run. When I did try Lucid, I was much weaker than I am right now, and it was looking clearable, but I was dying a lot, so I just left, because I don't like dying a lot in this fight, but that's just kind of what happens sometimes. But surely, I can throw it down this time. But yeah, also Echo, for Explorers, you need to go to Orbis Tower floor 8, by the way, if you were not aware of that. A lot of other classes get their Echoes right away after finishing like their story or whatever, but Explorers need to go to floor 8 of Orbis Tower in order to have access to it. But yeah, there's also the VIP buff. There's actually one here in the compensation box. but you can get VIP buffs from, what is it? The Victory Badge Exchange by clearing out some bosses on Challenge Road and then claiming the badges here first. You need to claim the badges here first if you have a stronger character on Chronos, because if you claim those badges on Chronos first, you will probably not be able to get any victory badges on Challenge World. But alright, it is time. We gotta make this happen. I also don't even have my marks on, but that's really embarrassing. How am I over here, like, showing off Night Lord gameplay? I did Hellux without my marks. That's why it was so goddamn difficult. What a guide this is. Okay. Let's do this. I have my whole skill sequence over here. I don't know. Hopefully the golems don't spawn on top of me. This is plenty of damage. If I can heal, there we go. This is plenty of damage. I should have no problems. I've already taken out a health bar. That's that Night Lord burst for you. Oh my god. Oh, okay. No problems. Dragon. Make sure you want to have your blink hotkeyed if you don't have any safe iframes for that. I'm just hoping I don't die, man. I can't be dying too much. Bursting it down. This is my second burst. Hopefully in my third burst, I should be able to throw out enough damage to face the boss. And if that's the case, then I definitely have more than enough damage to this fight. Also, I forget Night Lord is like an extreme melee action job. Despite it throwing stars, like you really gotta be hugging up on the boss to get your full damage out with these marks during your burst, man. It's insane. This is not a good bomber for Night Lord. I'm at 4 lives. Interim P2. This is a terrible department for this. I mean, all I gotta do is just play safe. Early Night Lord before this War 4 is not necessarily the best choice, man. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I just gotta play safe. Oh hell no! What is that? Oh jeez. Okay, please. Okay, like it's not a joke game. Stop. You know we don't got the resources for this. We don't. Oh my god. Oh my god. There we go. Oh, I'm a genius. We do not have the resources for this. So I need to focus. Anytime a bomb comes down, I have to find shelter immediately. Bomb and dragon. I'm like gonna be doing hardly any damage off burst, but like that's just it for the love of the game. See, we got a bomb right now. Let's see how I deal with this situation. Heal. And then we stay down until we can heal again. Dodging as many pellets as humanly possible because these butterflies are so goddamn annoying. I'm not sure that bottom spot is like super safe enough though. Like that's a bit tough. I finally got somewhat of a burst off. Of course my buffs are still running. But I died as I was trying to approach Lucid because I don't know how to move on this class properly. So now I'm down to 3 lives and hey, we almost have 2 full bars now. We can still make it. We have a chance. Might be one of my most miserable fights yet. But at least after this is done, I can burst. So I'm gonna just start buffing up right now. Wherever she is. Yo, I'm like, oh my goodness, please. Yo, there we go. I found her. And then this should take down like a good bar plus or so. Okay, we go put the curse up there. Of course, there's a dragon. And I want to get my damage off right away. This is the only time I'm actually doing damage in this fight right now because I have to play safe every single time. But I can't because there's a damn dragon in the way. But you know what? It's okay. Lucid is okay. Now I can't even hit her anymore. This is the Lucid experience. This is what I gotta deal with. I'm doing like 2 bars every 3 minutes. Or something like that. This is actually insane. This is a much different gameplay experience compared to the classes that I normally play. I wanted to do Night Lord, but goddamn, I'm like, yo, I just need to get my roar. I just need to get my roar. After you have to hide for like a bomb or a dragon or something, and you need to reapproach Lucid, reapproach her with caution because she might be in the middle of doing that. And if you get hit by that attack too many times by too many different sickles, you will die. Your life's done, bro. It's over. So like, I need to be extremely careful at the way I'm approaching this boss. Like all that there, I can't be touching any of that now. Just again. There we go. I was like, if I do not get her, I swear. Also, please let me heal. Oh my goodness, I keep getting hit by these things. Yo, this is dangerous. Dude, every time I've had to burst, I've always been in some sort of like extreme special danger. This is insane. Oh my goodness. We're making it through though, and of course she has to leave. To be fair, my spread though lasts like a good while, so of course that's probably just how it goes. I am getting pretty upset though. Maybe like 2 or 3 more bursts to go until I clear this boss. Really sitting here for the full timer. I also don't even have my Hellux anymore. So it's just like, yo, okay, this is an experience. Oh, I managed to heal just in time for that bomb. I was about to record me dying, but I didn't. Okay, there we go. I'm safe. I'm fully safe. Yo, what the hell? Okay, we're bursting really soon. Just for once in this fight, in this phase, can I please get a good burst off? Like a burst after she's back. Wherever she went, that is. Here. Alright, here we go. Oh my god, no, please. No! Okay, yo. Why is every burst so risky? I don't get it. I'm like fighting for my life to live, bro. It's insane. I mean, I guess it's because I'm using Last Resort. That's something I most certainly forgot about, huh? Last Resort is a demonic move, bro. Might have to take that off. Hell no. I'm never taking Last Resort off. That's insane. She just did laser. I swear she just did touch. Surely. I haven't even been, like, fully focusing, but surely she just did touch. I'm about to go crazy. Of course, I got Last Resort on, so I'm, like, gonna be dying like a dude. Also, she just used Dragon, bro. Come on! You know what? I have 3 lives. I can take a life. Wait. Hold on. Go down here. Dragon doesn't hit down here first. And then you go over here. Okay. And now there's a bomb. I can't, bro. Like, I really just can't catch a break. Heal. But, oh. Okay. We're not done yet. Go, 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 go. What? Okay. Oh my goodness, bro, please. Yo, there's still so much health left. Oh my, yo, my spread is ending. That attack goes over there. There we go. See, maneuver through that. And oh my god. Oh my god. I burst. Just gotta stay up here when this happens. There we go. Nothing's gonna hit me at this very exact spot right here. There's no way anything here can hit me. I still have 4% left to DPM, man. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I could do. I mean, that'd be insane if I couldn't. I know I'm a Night Lord and all, but still. Where is she? Okay. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Of course she does laser. Kind of hard to do anything when she's dodging my attacks completely. I just popped my 90 and she dodged that. So it's like, yo, what? There's probably going to be at least one more bomb that I'm going to have to worry about. 1.4. Can't brute force away. I'm not going to brute force my way through. Yeah, here's the bomb. If I just stay here, wait for the dragon, everything should be just fine. I got full health. We are so good. Okay, lesson 1. Oh, see, that's exactly what I said to watch out for. You need to be careful. Approach her with caution. And then 0.3 Shuriken. We're done. That was one of the worst experiences I have ever had. Oh my goodness. I need this roar so bad. I would all people made Night Lord. Just like that, all the item burning challenges are complete. It's a shame though, because I can't actually get the gear until 260, but at least I got the boss clear out of the way. So, to end this off, summary, like I mentioned before, Terror Blink to 200, Coins of Strawberry Farm 225, do your dailies, Symbol Dailies, Monster Park. You could buy the tickets in the cash shop for 7 mil each. It's going to cost you 42 mil per day, but it is 100% worth it. After a few days, you will hit 235, you will have all your level 10 symbols. Doing daily bosses, you should have the full boss set by that time, and you will technically be strong enough to do all the item burning missions. But Slime in Lucid will probably be a challenge. I got 500 points for that for Challenger World. I can still do normal Damien for some extra points as well. And then when I get more levels, maybe like Easy Will. So when I do like all of that, I hit 260 for additional points and all that. I'll get my first reward at Bronze, which will be the Fragments, the Sorta, and the Fairy Heart. And of course, after I get the Fairy Heart, I do episode 7 of Grand Athenium to get the Android. That is gonna be it for now. I will be back after 6 job, 260 plus. I'm just doing dailies, mainly, you know, all the way there, using the comp box to maybe do a little bit of training with the 4Xs, but, you know, not too much. I'm not trying to go, like, crazy on them. I might even have some expire at the end, honestly, but who even knows. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace, peace.